Time for Obituaries, presented by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg, 256-245-4361. That is Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Memorial service for Mr. James William Austin, age 64, of Sylacauga, will be Saturday at 3 p.m. from Curtis & Son North, with interment in the Evergreen Cemetery. Visitation on Saturday from 2 until 3. Mr. Austin died June 10th in Alexander City. He served 20 years in the U.S. Navy. Online condolences at curtisondsonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Mr. Julius Morrell Leach died at his residence on Wednesday. Curtis & Son Funeral Home announcing. Graveside service for Kenneth James Ogle, age 69, is today at 1 p.m. from Tallahatchie Cemetery, with the Reverend Bill Jones officiating. Burial in the Tallahatchie Cemetery of Alpine. Mr. Ogle died Monday, June 15th at his residence. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radneysmith.com. Radney Smith Funeral Home, Sylacauga, directing. Funeral service for Ruby Nona Jean Liner, age 77, of Sylacauga, is Friday at 2 p.m. from the Chapel of Radney Smith, with the Reverends Gene Griffith and Ronnie Cheney officiating. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery. Mrs. Liner died June 15th at UAB in Birmingham. She loved her church, New Vision Congregational Holiness Church. Visitation is tonight from 6 until 8 at the funeral home. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radneysmith.com. Radney Smith Funeral Home, Sylacauga, directing. Funeral service for Mrs. Jenny May Hickenbotham Thomas, age 74, is 2 o'clock Friday at Ursery Funeral Home in Pell City, with the Reverend Doug Ford officiating. Burial in the Providence Baptist Cemetery. Ms. Thomas died June 17th in Raglan. Online condolences at urseryfuneralhome.com. Ursery Funeral Home in Pell City, directing. Visitation is tonight at 5:30 until 8 p.m. at Ursery Funeral Home in Pell City. Funeral service for Mr. James Dewey Ford Sr. is 3 o'clock today at Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega, with the Reverend Alan Broom officiating. Burial in the Pine Hill Memorial Park. The family receiving friends for 1 hour prior to the service. Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega, directing. And funeral service for Mrs. Chrissy Kissick Davis, age 54, is 3 o'clock Sunday at Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega. The family will receive friends at the funeral home Saturday from 5 until 8 p.m. Mrs. Davis died June the 8th in Afghanistan. She was a native of Talladega, employed by the Anderson Army Depot, and a graduate of Talladega High School, class of 1979. Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega, directing. And funeral service for Mrs. Irene Bolton, age 71, of Sylacauga, will be Monday at 2 p.m. from the North Chapel of Curtis & Son Funeral Home. Visitation from noon until 2. Interment in Coosa County at the Macedonia Cemetery. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing that service. That is a look at obituaries this morning, brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, 256-245-4361. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.